Hi everyone, a big thank you for joining us. Now, we promised on one of our earlier videos in 2024 that we were going to give away the Pro Player Pathway book online. What does that mean? So for the boys and girls out there or the families out there who can't afford to jump online and purchase the book, we've decided we're going to record the book and I'm going to read out the chapters live on our TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, but also we're going to record this. Now, the idea behind it is that you are going to get to learn from me. I've worked in the professional game of football for over 25 years. What you're going to be able to do is every week, jump onto YouTube, and all we ask in return is, we don't ask you to spend any money with us. All we ask in return is just subscribe. If you can subscribe to my YouTube channel and share this video to your friends and share it on your socials, that's going to enable me to give you guys this book for free. And what I'm going to do is how I'm going to give you it for free. I'm going to read it out live on air every week. I'm going to record the videos and we're going to post every single chapter to YouTube for you to listen, watch and learn. Also, we'll have comments on YouTube. So to leave comments on YouTube, we need you to log in and get mum and dad to give you permission to log on with their YouTube accounts with mum and dad with you, because that way we can get you to add comments. If you've got any questions around the chapters in the book, I will then reply to you via the comments on YouTube. And again, we don't ask you for any money. All we ask you for, can you please share it on your socials? Can you send it to your friends? Can you put some comments on there? And this is going to enable me to record all 14 chapters for free. That's all we ask for in return, guys, okay? Also, at the end of every chapter, we're going to do a mini chapter where we actually delve into the teachings of that particular chapter. We'll do a whiteboard session and I'll actually walk you through what it means and what we covered in around about a 5 to 8 minute short video. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the Pro Player Pathway and we're going to start with chapter 1 today. So, the Professional Player Pathway, from grassroots to glory, navigating the pathway to Premier League stardom, by me, Raymond Wood. First, I'm going to read the foreword and I'm going to explain a little bit about the person who made the foreword on the book, and we'll actually share this with you as well. So you're going to get to see it page by page. Also, for anyone who is watching, if you are interested in applying for a scholarship, you can actually apply for a scholarship to work with me and the team by scanning this QR code. So I'll leave it on the screen for you for the next 10 seconds. And all you need to do is scan that QR code, and that QR code will actually take you to an opportunity for you to actually work with me and my team. Now, the foreword of the book is by a guy called Mark Palios. Mark Palios actually worked for the English FA. He was responsible for saving Wembley Stadium. And what I mean by that is when Wembley Stadium was rebuilt over 10 years ago, the English FA got into a lot of money problems. And he was brought in as the chief executive for the English FA. He worked with players like David Beckham, Paul Scholes, Steven Gerrard, Gary Neville, Jamie Carragher, some of the biggest football players in the world. Now, Mark is currently the owner of Tranmere Rovers, who currently play in the third tier of English football. And he wrote a lovely message in the book for us. So I'm just going to read that out to start off. In his book, The Professional Player Pathway, Ray Wood has captured his extensive personal experience of modern British coaching and its journey from the archaic coaching system which saw British football fall behind the fast developing quality of European football in the late 20th century. Today, the FA's approach has produced a conveyor belt of world-class talent seen across Team England's development squads and at senior level. Ray has invested considerable personal resource into what it takes to make it as a professional footballer. He stresses the theme that what differentiates good players from professional players is the work that needs to be overlaid on raw talent. Raw talent alone is no longer sufficient to succeed. The book covers not only what it takes to succeed in the precarious world of professional football, but through his educational background, Ray recognises and includes the development of the individual. Developing this key aspect and making the right decisions on the pitch is, not surprisingly, a key component of the FA's four-corner model. Making the right choices in front of a full stadium similarly requires bravery. The book highlights the mental strength required to not just survive, but to thrive in a social media-driven environment, as well as facing the inherent injury risk, such as a career-ending ACL. All of these require a mental resilience that will last into later life after football. As a result, this book is a comprehensive tour de force of what is required to make it as a professional footballer. It is essential reading for parents whose children have the talent and appetite to try and make the grade. Aspiring players would also benefit from reading the book and understanding that to be the best, you cannot start early enough and adopt the attitude of all aspects, e.g. nutrition, GPS tracking software, DNA testing, match analysis, etc. in order to be the best you can be and ultimately become a professional player. Mark Palios, owner of Tranmere Rovers Football Club and the ex-chief executive of the English Football Association. Mark, a big thank you from that heartfelt message in the book. I've become really good friends with Mark over the past couple of years. What he has done for the English game is not known to many people, but he basically saved England and the English FA when it was in its hour of need. They were in debt in excess of 600-700 million for the overspend on the stadium, but also he's seen us through that period of bringing the likes of Beckham through, Gerrard, Carragher, Neville, all of the big top superstars. So to get a forward in my book from someone who is the ex-chief executive of the English FA means so much to me. Okay, the first chapter, guys, the professional player pathway, a journey of transformation. Prologue. In the stillness of the early morning as dawn began to break, I found myself lacing up my running shoes, each knot a testament to the journey that led me to this moment. The road ahead seemed daunting, but the echoes of David Goggins' voice from his book, Can't Hurt Me, reverberated in my mind, urging me forward. Little did I know the moment would mark the beginning of an extraordinary transformation. It all started with a book that transcended me mere words on a page and that lit fire within me. Can't Hurt Me was more than just a story of overcoming adversity. It was a blueprint for pushing past limitations and unlocking untapped potential. As I devoured each chapter, I found myself drawn to Goggins' relentless pursuit of excellence and his unwavering determination to defy the odds. His words became a mantra, driving me to strive for greatness in every aspect of my life. But it wasn't just the words themselves that resonated with me, it was the power behind them, amplified by the masterful narration of Adam Skolnick in the audiobook. Skolnick's voice breathed life into Goggins' story, infusing it with raw emotion and unwavering conviction. Listening to their voices intertwine, I felt a stirring deep within my soul, a call to action, a challenge to push beyond my comfort zone. And so, armed with newfound inspiration, I embarked on a journey of physical and mental endurance. I hit the pavement running 80 to 90 kilometers each week, pushing my body to its limit and defying the voice of doubt that threatened to hold me back. With each step, I felt myself growing stronger, more resilient, and as kilometers turned into miles, I set my sights on a new challenge, my first half marathon. Crossing that finish line was a moment of triumph, a testament to the power of perseverance. But it was only the beginning. Buoyed by my success, I set my sights higher, tackling a full marathon and eventually an ultra marathon. With each race, I pushed past barriers I once thought insurmountable, proving to myself that with enough grit and determination, anything is possible. As I stood on the podium, my body weary but my spirit soaring, I realised that my journey was far from over. I had discovered a new sense of purpose, a desire to share the lessons I had learned, not just with fellow athletes, but with anyone striving to reach their full potential. And thus, the idea for the professional player pathway was born. Drawing on over 20 years' experience coaching professional football and working on one of the sport's largest development projects, I set out to create a comprehensive guide for aspiring players and their families. But more than just a technical manual, my book aims to instill a mindset rooted in hard work, perseverance and unwavering belief in oneself. It wasn't easy. There were moments of doubt when the weight of the self-doubt threatened to overwhelm me. But with each setback, I reminded myself of David Goggins' words. The only person who can stop you from achieving your dreams is you. And so, armed with determination and my growing sense of purpose, I pressed on. And then one day it happened. With pride and a real sense of accomplishment, I held the finished manuscript in my hands, a culmination of years of hard work, sacrifice and unwavering dedication. In that moment, I knew I had created something special, a book that had the power to change lives, to inspire greatness and to shape the future of football development. As I reflect on my journey, I filled with gratitude for the words of David Goggins that lit that spark, for the voice of Adam Skolnick that fanned the flames, and for the unwavering support of those who believed in me that keep that fire burning. And so as I prepare to share my story with the world, I do so with a sense of humility and purpose, knowing that the path to greatness is not always easy, but it is always worth it. Just a little picture there, guys. I was very, very fortunate to get to meet David Goggins, and I've actually met him on many occasions, and I've recently just been on tour with him this year. So for anyone who doesn't know who David Goggins is, David's definitely worth a look. Introduction. Would you one day like to make it as a professional football player, playing in one of the biggest leagues in the world? Would you like to turn your daughter or son into the next Lauren James or Jude Bellingham? Well, I've been on a private mission around the globe to prove that talent doesn't have to be born, and it is actually made. And my mission has led me to uncover each of the factors that prove this to be true. From my research, I've created the Professional Player Pathway. The program you will read about here and listen to, this roadmap for athletes wanting to play professional football, is experiencing unparalleled success, and I'm really excited to share it with you. So, take a moment now to imagine that once you finish this book, you will have the knowledge to turn yourself or any dedicated member of your household into the next professional superstar. I'll share the secrets of how to make this possible, bringing you everything I've learned from 25 plus years of experience in the world game. In the pages of this book, I'll take you on a journey. We'll tour through my earliest days as a player and fan to my later positions as an assistant coach, head coach, head of football, technical director, project director on a £1.6 billion project for the English Premier League, and now currently a UEFA ambassador and a UEFA player agent. We'll stop to explore the key aspects that allowed me to unlock the secrets of professional football and create a proven pathway for developing enthusiastic athletes into pro players. Not only that, but I'll also show you how you can do it from home. I initially created Euro Football Star as a company based in Australia in 2015 because I could see quite clearly that there was no pathway for players there. I knew there had to be a better way, and because it didn't exist, I knew I had to create it. I also realised that other countries outside of Europe had the same issue. Now that I've learned so much from working in a top game for many years, it has become my mission to use Euro Football Star and the Professional Player Pathway to open up this pathway for players. My mission statement, which drives my every action, became leaving a legacy for children to believe that their dreams are achievable. So for me, everyone watching and listening, my whole mission in life is to leave a legacy for children to believe that their dreams are possible. So that's the first part of the book, guys. We're going to be coming back with our next chapter. Our next chapter is going to be the foundations of football. We are going to record our next chapter in the next couple of days. And as we said, we're going to release 1 to 2 chapters a week. So again, all you need to do is tune in, watch every week, subscribe, like, and share for us. Also mention it to your friends, and you're going to get the whole book completely free online to listen to. However, we will reach out to the families who can afford to purchase the book. If you are willing to purchase the book, you can actually go to proplayerpathway.com and you can purchase the book on that link if you scroll halfway down. What we're doing is we're dedicating this book to reduce the cost of football around the world. So what we've started to do this year in 2024 is all the funds that we raise from this book, we're donating to putting up and setting up free football academies all around the world. Our first free academy launches in Brisbane in Australia in 2025. So if you are in a financial position, we thank you very much. If you can hop on to the Pro Player Pathway purchase the book. And also as an extra thank you for purchasing the book, what we're going to do is for every family or player who purchases the book online, we'll post it to you no matter where you are in the world, but we're also going to sponsor you. That's right. We will sponsor you and your dream for $10,000. We're going to give you access to the football blueprint and also access to the mental strength training program. So again, hop on, purchase the book. We'll sponsor you for $10,000 and you'll get to work with me and the team. Guys, we hope you enjoyed the first episode of the Professional Player Pathway book, and I'm super excited to bring the next chapter to you in the next couple of days.